and Gates, I believe it was. And so we got that squared away, but then they brought it from both sides. They ended up bringing kind of a saw blitz, and I just dropped the snap, and then there was a little bit of panic mode to get it, and then once I got it corralled, I knew where Austin was as kind of an outlet, and just thought minimize a negative play. I look up and it's a 40-yard touchdown or whatever it was. So, it was pretty close. If it was another little bobble away from me just getting down. Yeah, I mean, I that's where I was getting ready to catch it, see how they played that, and throw it to him anyway. And then once I just lost it. I should have caught the snap, and then it was a little bit of don't turn the ball over, get the ball, and then once I got it, I figured I could get it to him. I didn't know it was going to be that good of a result, though. I thought so because we weren't really playing that great offensive. I mean, we were doing okay. You know, the first drive it was better. We didn't go 3 and out, finished with points. But we weren't playing great. You know, we had some third downs where we weren't great. And then that I think it kind of sparked the whole deal. At least it felt that way. Then we got another stop, and then we got another big screen to Melvin down there and punched that one in. And then it was kind of we felt in control the rest of the way. Yeah, he got them both. And then he's got some juice now. I mean, he can really run. You know, I think he's one of those you don't realize how fast he's running until you got to chase him, which I never have, but I've seen a lot of guys do it. So that was impressive. And then I think what you see, the little things that you see on tape that I think the guys see is, gosh, Keenan downfield getting that block. They're just giving him enough to where, you know, Gilchrist couldn't push him out of bounds. And, you know, everybody trying to help everybody. On Verge's touchdown, I mean, guys are battling to get him in the end zone. That long screen to Melvin, you know, all those, everybody's just scrapping for one another. And I think that's what makes it, you know, today, how many guys touched the ball and did anybody have, you know, Tyrell had the long one, but we didn't have any, it wasn't a 8-catch, 150-yard day for anybody. But you look up and there's 330 yards passing and a lot of guys touched it. It was efficient. We ran it well enough. And we didn't turn the ball over and they turned it over twice. And when you do that, you got a good chance to win. Yeah, I just thought it was complimentary. That's what again we keep talking about wanting to be a great team, which we aren't. But I think we're a good team, and I think the good teams play and lean on each other. When offense is, I didn't feel like we were terrible. We weren't great. Then come on D, we need you, and then maybe when the D's needs a blow because they've been out there a while, then it's hey we could control the ball and go on an 8-minute drive for a touchdown. So it was good complimentary. I thought the special teams was solid, in the return game, all the punt returns and everything. We kept trotting out there plus 30, plus 40, midfield, and that's a good feeling as an offense when you trot out there and you're already halfway home. I thought they did a heck of a job scrapping. I mean, how they're going to grade out, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, Pat will get that squared away and watch that, and those young guys and all of our guys will be critical of themselves, as we all are, but I thought they were scrappy and tough. They got a couple holding calls and a couple plays. I think we got beat on 1 or 2 early, but Irvin's a good rusher, and she got one guy, and I don't know how that was probably Sam's first start at left tackle, right, ever, and Trent's first start ever in the NFL. So I thought they did a heck of a job when you can, be efficient. Maybe only a couple sacks, 5 incompletions, and control the game. I would say that it's a win to me for those 2 guys.
Bill, this is the first time that you get to win to or had this record this early in the year since 2014. How does it feel to kind of get to this point where you're trying to control your destiny?
Yeah, it definitely feels better, and I think we're in kind of that spot now where what are you going to do? Can we string some together here before the bye? And not to look ahead, it's all one at a time. But can we string a couple together and get to 5-2 at the bye? I think if you'd have told us 5-2, if you'd have told me, I don't know if everybody felt that way because you always want to win them all. But if you'd told me 5-2, then we'd all take it, before the season started. So we're not there. We're 3-2, and we got a tough Cleveland team this week who only gave up 12 points, I guess, in 70 minutes of football. So that's going to be a tough challenge at their place. And then Tennessee, who I think gave up 12 or 13 today against Buffalo. So we got 2 tough challenges defensively, and just to speak of their defenses, and both on the road. So not trying to get ahead of myself, but I think it's good to look at the big picture and see what we're trying to get done and find a way to make it happen. Yeah, and he said afterwards, I think after that series, after the dust settled, he said, "Hey, I was standing over there forever thinking you were going to come to me sooner." And they kind of fooled me a little bit with the coverage, and I was looking front side, and then I said, "Man, I still got some time. Let's see what can happen on 3rd and 11," and kind of naturally moved right. And he found a huge void right there. I thought that was a big third down of the game. I thought Keenan's third down was huge before the touchdown to Virgil on 3rd and long. Those were in that stretch where we were battling a few. We had to overcome some penalties. I think those kind of things are big for offensive units to me. When you overcome a few penalties, it's 1st and 20, and you say, "Come on, we got to find a way, guys." And not me saying it, just us to collectively saying that's what we got to get done, and we did. We overcame some of those penalties that could have put us, behind the chains. I think it's a little bit of both. I think we're doing a heck of a job. I think one thing, we're running the football well. And when you're efficient with our run, I don't know what we're averaging to carry right now, but when you're efficient in a run game, that allows you some chance for some chunks down the field. And then we have the players down the field to do it, and we have the guys up front that can hang on an extra tick to create some of those chunk plays. But even some of those chunk plays have not all been long in the air a lot. Some of those have been catch and runs. Austin's and Melvin's screen. I mean, those are catch and run plays. Mike caught a big end, I think. That was probably plus 20. I thought Wiz did a heck of a job calling that. When we get the big turnover, we're backed up. And he said, "How do you feel about this right here?" And I said, "Shoot, let's go." And we got the perfect coverage, and Tyrell made a big play. Yeah. Yeah, we worked that, and he said he guaranteed he was going to get in, and he still guarantees he was in. So we all kind of, I guess, at least I'll give him benefit of the doubt, just say there wasn't a camera angle to see it. He said, I know I ended up across the goal line, but it was good. We hadn't had a goal line play. That's the first goal line play we've had this year. First goal line snap and goal line people, and it was good to get in there. He didn't get in there, but then we did. So those are the things that you work on all the time. Every Friday it's goal line presentation, it's goal line, and we hadn't had a snap in 5 weeks. And then when it comes up, you got to find a way to get in the end zone, and we did that. Well, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, looking at AFC right now, and this team we played in Week 1, I mean, obviously they're right now. I mean, they seem to have they've been super impressive. They beat us, and they haven't looked back since. And they're in our division. I think it's just going to be we're going to find that out. I think to be a great team, though, we have to continue to do the little things better, and continue to win, find ways to win, and not get satisfied and not lose focus on some little details that end up not being a third down conversion, that end up not being a run for 4 when instead it's 2. All those little things, and I think our guys will stay focused and hungry. I know we will. I mean, we got no reason not to. We're just 3-2. So, but it's easy to feel a little bit good right now. You win 2 in a row, win a division game, but we know what's ahead, and we got a long road, and we got to stay with it. He was actually the first guy. I mean, he engaged. I mean, it was kind of a high percentage play where, he engaged for kind of 1A, 1B in the read. So it wasn't going to be in my hand long either way. And they ended up bringing. I have to look at it to see why the one guy was scot free. I'm not sure what we did on the right side exactly, but it ended up being he. So he was first in the progression for the most part anyway, but. It was just a little scramble to get it to him, so it made it a little more exciting than it would have been.
Defensively, Melvin and Joey's not there, but the guys on the other side are showing the depth that they have. When you're on the sideline and you're watching the defense, especially today, can you describe what you're seeing and how this is helping the team getting to where you guys want to be?
Yeah, I think it can help us. Hopefully get Joey back here in 3 or 4 weeks, but. The valuable reps these guys are getting. Hopefully we get Russell back this week, but that's valuable. Trent Scott got to play every snap at right tackle. Sam plays live. I mean, there's nothing like game reps. And so, yeah, I mean, you see Isaac, I think, had a couple sacks today, and all those guys are pressing the pocket. And, maybe it hadn't been to where they want it to be earlier in the year, but they keep working and keep staying with it. A lot of guys contribute all over. There's guys making tackles on special teams all over the place that are defensive and offensive guys. You see Zubner all over the place. You see Eckler making tackles, and Rayshawn and Chenna. And guys are all over. Everybody's contributing. And I think our guys know that everybody has a role, and they appreciate that role and take it seriously, and guys really pull for one another. How's the buzzer?